Now, coming to the business challenges, there are two ways of looking at this pandemic. One is the newer opportunities the pandemic is throwing up. The other is the threat which the pandemic is likely to encounter. So one need to look at trends. How do you nullify the threats and how do you encash on the opportunities? And in many cases, pandemic is just speeding up a trend that was already underway, but it is just accelerating that. One is hearing a lot about China and disruption. It could be an opportunity to create a new business. It also could be a threat if you are buying a lot of raw materials from China. So one has to see the China situation and how it's impacting your business. The whole habit of e-habit, whether it's e-learning for children, e-commerce buying for housewives, e-consultations for going to doctors and getting medicines through prescription, virtual meetings as we are doing now, work from home, digital marketing is a new habit which all of us are learning. And the fact that we have been doing it for a few months, it means that we have mastered that habit. So it will actually become a trend. So I strongly believe that there will be lots of opportunities in e-learning, e-commerce, e-consultation, in holding virtual meetings and in digital marketing. So digital is the way forward, and organizations have to find out ways to improve their digital capabilities, whether it is whatever I talked about earlier, or analytics, or artificial intelligence, and so on. I strongly feel that this is also a right time to build talent, some gaps which you may identify to meet the future challenges. And that gap could be filled through acquiring talent at this time. I was told that in certain domains, the availability of talent is there because of a lot of layoffs. You could also look at acquiring companies to acquire talent. In terms of consumer habits, there will definitely be much more thrust on health, on physical, mental, spiritual health. In terms of fitness, is doing exercises, yoga, gymnasiums, gym online, eating healthy food, weight control, immunity builders, vitamins, nutraceuticals. So these are all going to get a lot of thrust in future. In terms of environment, there'll be heightened sensitivity to issues like pollution, sustainability, anti-pollution products. So these will be newer opportunities going forward. So organizations will need to rework the business model and make choices. Some of the opportunities which may have been identified earlier may have to be defocused. Some newer opportunities may have to be given thrust to. And in case of Marico itself, so our whole focus in terms of portfolio choice has changed over last 3 months. And I think this is the right way. An organization will have to refocus their portfolio choices and business models going forward. If you have to give thrust to digital, you will have to man their digital team, which will be young in age because they understand digital much more than all of us, at least at my age. Agility will be more important than perfection. How do you drive agility is a key challenge. One can have flat organization structure. The quality of talent also will play a very, very important role in empowering others. A culture of empowerment, autonomous small teams, and finally the role of top management driving change. So in terms of leadership style, I would say when it comes to dealing with business issues, one has to be adaptive, one has to be flexible, give much more thrust to prototyping, experimenting, remove the fear of failure so that innovation happens, and finally dealing with ambiguity and gray areas. I think organizations need to have a purpose. In case of branded companies, brands also need to have a purpose. And the organization's purpose should look at all the stakeholders and not just shareholders. If you play the purpose well, it will really help the organization in terms of attracting talent, attracting customers, getting the best board, improving the image in the society. So it's very important that you never waste a crisis. In a lighter vein, my board tells me that how do you create a crisis on a perpetual basis so that the organization moves much more quickly in a more agile manner and it delivers results which are stellar results. But that's in a lighter vein. We have to create some internal pressures to ensure that agility happens much more. All I can say is this too will pass. It will be a different world. So be ready and be ready to succeed in this new world. The new world while managing the present crisis. Look at the positive side, nullify the threats, and cash on the opportunities.